Okay, so just had a little glass of water basically and come back. We're now going to do the next one. One thing I just realized, I've got the old CPI frequency here, so just copy this. Let's move that across to the other side, paste that in. Okay, I also forgot to change that from CPI to PPI. So just make sure you've got the right label there because it is PPI, okay? We're obviously good to go with this. So our PPI is perfect, good to go. We're now going to do industrial production, which is the next one. Okay, so let's do that. I'm going to use the PPI. We can fly through these, okay? We're going to use the PPI template, if that's okay. Let's drag that across. So hit Control, as I've said, drag it across. Okay, rename this industrial. Don't need to put the full name, otherwise it will take up too much space. Production. I believe it's week 3, isn't it? So there you go, week 3. Okay, so we're going to put that in here. Week 3 again, because it's a low-level data. A lot of people don't necessarily look at it year on year. They're happy with it month on month. We've only got one. This is a lot easier. There isn't a core and a headline. It's just one number. You can see it here. It's literally just after PPI. And can you see how nice it is to have things in chronological order? Because we can see PPI, then industrial production. Okay, CPI is before PPI. Payrolls comes first. You can see all of these in a nice order. And then we have industrial production. If you want, because we've got retail sales the day before, and typically retail sales will be before industrial production, you get used to that. Can you see retail sales was there the day before? You can just drag retail sales before it, so we can move retail sales just before industrial production. So we've got retail sales there, and typically it will be just after the PPI, because if you remember, PPI just is in and around the same week as CPI, which is typically week 2. So retail sales will obviously be just after that, and then you've got industrial production after that. So we need to change this now to industrial production. Industrial production, because we don't have a core and a headline, we don't need 2 tables, right? So let's do this. Let's go select data. Let's remove one of the series. Remove, okay? We only need one. We don't need a headline and a core because it doesn't exist. Highlight all of these, right click, delete. Okay. Delete all of that. Don't worry about that little issue there. We can fix that easily. I believe what has happened, if we do select data, PPI, do you see it's got the numbers? Just edit. And in fact, let's go back to the PPI tab. Okay, just make sure, I think this series has not, we didn't select dates, did we, for the core PPI? So I may have forgotten to do that. September, no, that's okay. Select data. No, it was done. So okay, so fine, no need to make any changes. Here, if you do select data, for some reason it's just got rid of the legend, it got confused. So just edit. Okay, and we're just gonna use these same labels, okay, and hit enter. There you go, you see they're back. So that's perfectly fine. As we know, we want these to be in reverse order, so you can double click. And where are we? Categories in reverse order, so that is fine. Everything looks okay. Just want to make sure where we put these axes. Okay, we put it there. I just wanted to make sure this x-axis wasn't. Sometimes, you know, you can have it down at the bottom if you want. I just wanted to make sure that we have been putting it here in the middle. I do prefer it in the middle, to be honest, in this area. But anyway, so basically what you do is you click on the axis. If you want to move it, I don't. I like to keep it there. But you go to axis and then you see this labels, and can you see label position? High, do you see you can put it at the top? Low at the bottom. So that's how some people like it, at the bottom. Do you see it looks more traditional to have it there? But I actually like it next to the 0 because it helps me highlight the 0. I don't need to highlight the 0 with a separate line, so I just like to put it here next to axis, okay, as we've got it. So now this is going to be industrial production. Okay, so let's go to industrial production, copy that and paste here. match destination formatting, hit Control Z. Actually, I think I made a mistake there, didn't I? Industrial production, copy, paste special, match destination formatting. There you go. Industrial production month on month. We know this also. If you copy, just copy that, copy. Okay, and we're going to put it here. Replace PPI. Okay, it wants you to use the short. If you press Control V, there you go, industrial production. Okay, or you can type it in there, it's fine, either's fine. Okay, so we're just setting up the chart to put the data in. Industrial production, the latest data was December the 16th for me. Obviously, I don't know what it is for you. You'll be in the habit of this now. Go and find the latest data and put that in here. Copy. Okay, you can open it up if you want. Get the latest data, copy that, put it in here at the top. Match destination formatting. Okay. What is it? For me, it's December the 16th. Okay, 16th December 21. That's for November, as we know. Okay. If you click on latest release, you can see. Can you see that? Industrial production rose 0.5% in November. Okay, so that's how you can prove it to yourself. Okay, but we know that anyway, because we're in the middle of December. It can't be December's data. December's not finished yet. Okay, it's obviously released in December for November. I'm now going to take all the history. Okay, from top to bottom. Copy that. Okay, and we're going to put it in here. So don't forget, it's not that top line. We've just populated that with data. It's the one underneath. Paste. See, I think I copied too much data there. Didn't like it. So I'll try again. Copy. Remember, try not to get anything extra. I think I might have got some extra stuff there. Copy. Hopefully it should work this time. Right click. There we go. Match destination formatting. Remove any extra stuff. Sorry, I know I'm covering some of this, but remove that. Can you see the data is now nicely populating? Let's maximize this and just clear it up. Okay, so maximize. So I've now got my industrial production data there. In fact, let's put the frequency. Okay, released monthly about 16 days after the month ends. Now I should have said this before, but for every piece of the match destination formatting, each piece of data, if you want, I know this stuff like the back of my hand. Obviously, I've been looking at it for many years, on and off. You can put here change in the total inflation adjusted value of output produced by manufacturers, mines and utilities. So like I said, it's manufacturing data, physical output, okay, actual output, leading indicator of economic health. Production reacts quickly, right? Producers, manufacturers will react. They'll want to be manufacturing if the economy is doing well or not. They'll be kind of at the ground level. They'll be able to tell if things are going well or not, if the demand's there for people to buy their goods. So it is really a leading indicator. It's why I like to look at it. I do kind of keep an eye on it. But my point is not that. My point is, if you want to copy any of this definitions across, create a little space here for yourself, put it there, you know, put it over here if you want. You can even insert a text box, there's a text box, okay, you can put a little text box, and just an idea for you. Copy, okay, and then get your text box and put it in there. Paste. Okay, do you see that? Do stuff like that. I don't really bother with it, but if you want to do it, you can. This is kind of the stuff I like to do when I first started in investment banking and I was learning about all of this. I know what it is. I don't want it there. But you by all means do it. I think it's a great idea if you want to do something like that. For all of them, I should have told you at the start, but you know, you can go back and do it again. Doesn't matter. Great practice for you to do that. We now have all the data we need. Sorry to keep maximizing and minimizing the screen. Let's just go and update these dates. As we know, these are all text dates. It doesn't recognize it. So 16th of November 21, 18th of October. So obviously your dates might be different. So you do it for your dates. 15th of September 21. I'm going to pause the video, do all of them. I'll be back in a second. Okay, I've updated all of these. Very straightforward to do. As with always, because I'm in this COVID environment, unfortunately, we've got wild swings in the data. right? So you can see this peak here, that peak there, which I don't really want, right? And when you come to do this, you know, hopefully you'll be here and you won't have all these wild swings, and you'll be able to look at more normalized data, which is more useful. I want to see these little changes, right? This is a once in a lifetime, but the thing that happened with COVID, you know, hopefully, and let's pray that it never happens again. And even if it does, it could be in another 100 years, right? So this is irrelevant to me, you know. I know traders don't care about this. Institutional traders, they'll be looking more at forward looking, right? The market's very forward looking. People are going to be looking forward to see what are the changes here. We're having a big change there. Do you see what I mean? All of this is now done. Okay, I want it out of the system. And what it's doing is interfering with what is going on here. So I'm going to change the axis. I've said this many times before, but worth repeating. So what do I have at the moment? So I like to keep it so we kind of concentrate around this area. So I've put 4% and -4. It's up to you what you do. You choose what you think is relevant, because again, you might be looking at a different period in time. Just make sure it kind of is roughly in line. So, you know, select that, click on that button there, axes options. Let's do maximum 4%, 0.04, enter. Okay, a minimum -0.04, enter. Can you see? So much better. I can actually now clearly see recent changes in industrial production. So there was a little dip here, a little dip here. You know, you got to remember, and I'm going to talk about this when we analyze data, you know, there's no point panicking when you see one negative point, because we saw a big rebound, okay? It's generally what's been going on over the last 2, 3, 4, 5 releases. Generally, industrial production has been healthy, right? The average has been somewhere around there, around the 1% mark, maybe just below 1%, but it's been positive, right? Let me just get rid of that. And in fact, we can even see, right, if we look at the average since kind of this year that I'm looking in, if I do equals average of, let's just look at the last 12 months and hit enter, 0.4%, okay, so fairly strong, about 0.5% on average, strong industrial production, fairly positive. So, you know, that's really all I would glean from it. Not much more. I did say to you it's a very low piece of data, that's why I have it grayed out. We just want to make sure the data looks right. I'm fairly happy with it, I'm very happy with it, but I just want to make sure that it looks right. So like I said, you can check, there's a little graph there. My latest data for me, again, is December, was released in Jan 20, so it's December 2019. So I'm going to go and check December 2019. Okay, it looks pretty much the same, doesn't it? We can see it a mile off, but let's just confirm it for ourselves, give ourselves the confidence we're looking at the right data. You can see kind of just hovering around 0 there. We had the trough, right, which is there before the peak, which is there. Okay, we then had these 3 little peaks here. Can you see them there? Perfect. We then had a little dip, which is there. Okay, and in fact it's not, is it? Yeah, it is. It's there. Sorry. In fact, it's there. It's there. Okay. We then had, in fact, I am talking rubbish. Let me start again. You see, it's good checking these things, okay? Just double check that everything looks all right. We've got one I'm just looking at. So we've had the peak. We've had the peak up there, right? Which was whatever it was, several percent. Then we've had, we've come down and dipped there. That's it. That's that. Okay. Then we've had these 2 peaks. Which is these 2 peaks there. Okay, now we're, sorry, I don't know what happened there, I got a little bit, lost my bearings a little bit. Then we had the little trough, so we have got the right data, and then we had the little peak again, which is there, and then we came off, and then we had that 1 negative, which was there, and then we've got the peak. Okay, perfect, correct data, very happy with that. So that's your industrial production done. What else have we got left? Just close that up. Okay, maximize that. We're pretty much there, ladies and gentlemen, almost there. Unbelievable dashboard is almost ready finally. We've done industrial production, we've now got housing data. There's quite a bit of housing data, okay, and so that's going to take a little bit of time to do that. I'm going to pause the video, we'll do housing data in the next kind of stage. I'll see you on the other side.